Yeah, I heard.
The video.
And I have to say, it wasn't that I would not have
Mima, Maria. They can sleep till 7. I used to get up at 4.
Sit down. I'll tell you when to stand up. Magdy likes to be in charge, but I'll be in charge now. So I'd be lying to you to tell you that I'm surprised that this turnout is the number that we have. I'm not surprised. I absolutely expected the number of people we had, because when we're talking about Magdy Faris, I would imagine none less than what we have today. I just want to take a minute to recognize a couple of events that are happening today. A major event, we're all amazed, but Chris Leggio had yet another birthday. Just clap. Those of us that have reached the pinnacle of our career or approaching it is to kind of look back at what people have to say about what their thoughts are about what we've accomplished. So I do encourage you to have a few words about Magdy and to let him know about thoughts that you may have been thinking all along that maybe you want to share. Also, I'm going to ask those closest to Magdy to share a few words, and I'm of course going to share a few words. I'll try to be kind, but it'd be nothing but easy to be kind when talking about Magdy, of course. And also wrap it up finally with Magdy talking to you guys about what you want to talk about. Also, we ask you to please sign the book that Magdy brought, so that he can know who in fact didn't attend.
Does anyone who hasn't signed it yet?
Kathy, I'll handle this, okay?
Really fast. Cool. Okay. You know, I can't even say in a few words what Mr. Faris has meant to me in my life, and you know, being a young adult now, you know, 14 years old, I used to sit at the corner of the table in the lunchroom. Nobody, no friends, nobody talked to me. I'd come in really early. My cousin would drop me to school. Mr. Faris offered me a little job at like the ag shop just to do something. Don't just sit there. And I would have never thought that he would have elected me as a captain of his team. We'd go on to win a bunch of championships. But most of all, Mr. Faris, he always looked out for you as a person, not only as a student. And I think it's a good reflection of why I'm here today. And it's a good reflection of all the good fortune that he wishes upon me. And, you know, Timmy's here.
Yeah, like you said, like you can't really sum up like in a few words about Faris. He actually like is the one who got me into the ag program. Like I said in his class, when I first came to America, right, it was like about 7 years ago. I went to like the worst high school in Brooklyn, well, one of the worst in my district, and then I got transferred into BAM. And then I have no idea what ag was until I sat in his class. And he had taught me a lot, from, you know, sales to like plant science to how to be a better person. Like he always like look out for you. He always like give you advice in life. Like he even helped me like apply for college. So that was that was a lot of stuff he did for me, and yeah, I can't thank
thank you in just a few words. I just want to add as well. You know, I just feel that it's so strange. Like he's never been about the dollar. He's always been about helping us as young adults, and you know, there's not a paycheck in the world that could, you know, I could say thank you to him for what he's done.
Could you share with everybody the interview you just went on, what company, and who you're interviewing for?
Oh yes, I just had an interview last week with Scott Miracle Grow as a sales manager, and the position will be managing, the District of Brooklyn, Staten Island, and New Jersey, the Home Depot and Lowe's for Scott Miracle brand, and I should be hearing back from them either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So.
Good luck. Good luck.
So I will get the job.
All right.
Regime in the ancient regime in the old days. And I remember when Magdy first came to the United States, and when he and Kathy got married, they were living in Kathy's, was it a co-op? Co-op in Forest Hills Gardens with the Murphy bed. I remember when their children were born, and when Magdy came to Bound as a teacher. And so it's such a pleasure to be here at his retirement and to see him and Kathy. And I follow him on Facebook, so I know all about his son's marriage this past summer, and how happy everything has been. And good health and best of wishes, everything, Magdy, for a great retirement.
Right? There's one of these guys who told you the pilot to land and land to land. Right? He was an air controller in Egypt. He went a little out of the proper job at one point. What did he do? He had the pilot get in touch with Kathy and he asked her to marry him.
When he gives you the turtle from the back, he tells it to you. And for about 2 years, Magdy would come to me perplexed. Reggio, people are coming up to me. When are you retiring? When are you retiring? For some reason, people fixated and fascinated. When you going to retire? I said, Mag, I don't know. I can't explain. So now everybody's got their answer. Magdy's retired. I just want to say, this time of the year, it's appropriate to have your party tonight because this is when Magdy and I worked very closely together. You know, with the poinsettia sales and the wreaths. And last year I missed it because I injured myself. This year, and from now on I'll miss it, especially with Magdy, because that's when we really were able to work together. You know, and I'll always miss that. And it was a pleasure working with you. We're going to stay in touch. I'm not going to say I'll miss you because we're going to see each other a lot. But I just want to congratulate you on a wonderful career and being my friend. And we're going to stay in touch. So good luck, and take it from me. Only 3 months you're going to love it.
Feeling this time of year with the wreaths and the grave covers. And earlier, blankets, whatever. Neil said it's not about the dollar. Well, I disagree. The master salesman would get me early in the year. We got wreaths. You're ready, $30. They're good, okay. Little did I know, it took me 12 years to realize working in town, if I waited to the last day of class, I could have got him for today. Good luck with everything. It was a pleasure working with you.
Winter, spring, Valentine's Day, it was always a pleasure working with him. He really cared about the students. The students always came first. He cared about the program, and he's going to be sorely missed.
So, a pure heart, and he gives the best. He really does, and he just is a fine, true gentleman, always a smile, always putting out the positive, and just, we will miss you, but we wish you all the very best. Just enjoy it, and many blessings to you.
All the time. And even in your classrooms, I don't know if they're still doing it, knocking on the door at holidays, and the same kids asking you every day, you want to buy this, you want to buy, I already bought 43 of them. Why do you keep coming to? You can't come back. So, I guess you're pretty scary. Who's going to be scary now?
They have to prove themselves.
Always have fresh eggs because yeah, I mean, and the tradition, even though you're not there anymore, I still, just so you know, we're still buying them. And Maggie and I met, what, 7, 8, 9, whatever, how many years ago it was, and we found out we both have an interest in questioning things, and we both have that in common. And then unfortunately, I found out a few years ago we also have something else in common, and that's our health issues. That Maggie and I both had to go through pulmonary embolism, which is a really, really bad thing. And when I ran into him a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, where have you been? And then he started telling me, and was like, I'm glad that you have your priorities straight, and you realize that nothing is more important than your health and your well-being. And I wish you the best in your time.
To say I was overwhelmed as a first-year teacher was an understatement. And so I remember very distinctly being in the hallway in room 149 in Magdy's classroom. I don't know what I'm doing. It's so hard. And getting a big old bear hug and head on Magdy's. My head on Magdy's shoulder, arm around my shoulder, saying, "It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine." And that love that he extended to our students and also to the fellow teachers in the department is just really felt and warmly remembered even now. And I've taken over coaching the sales team and marketing team, and I hope I do it justice. You were so kind to let me shadow you and watch you do it my first and second year at Bound, and so I hope I can do you the honor of doing well and succeeding with the children. So Maggie, I can't thank you enough for paving the pathway with the sales team and doing such great things for our students, not with, but for our students.
I can remember the mummy and all the people looking all over the things, and I would tell Magdy, are you really going to be in the shadow of the pyramids and everything? And he always said to me, someday we'll go there. And I said, someday I plan to go there to see the pyramids with you, because to me, you are the finest. And what you did with the kids can never be exemplified enough, because you are the best. And the kids love you. And you taught them commerce as well as agriculture. And everything that Margaret ever wanted to do with the store and Steve afterward, you did it. And you made the store work. And we can't thank you enough. And you and Kathy make a great team. Thank you.
To talk about Magdy. And I think it's really very simple to sum Magdy up. Magdy is a man of excellence. He can't help himself. He's excellent in everything he does. He graduated from Cairo University as an agriculture major, and his first job was running a commercial farm, which was part of a larger corporation. After 6 months on the farm, and tripling the profits that the farm had earned in all the previous years, the corporate headquarters said, no, he's wasted on the farm. We'll bring him back and send him out once a month to supervise another manager. And then he proceeded to have an equal kind of success working for the trading and construction company that had owned the farm. And he went up the corporate ladder until he realized that he was a young man who was very successful and didn't have much of a social life and didn't have the other thing that other young men had. And he was wise enough at that point to say, you only get one chance in your life to be a young man. So he resigned after taking an exam to be an air traffic controller. And I met him during the air traffic controller phase, and he was an excellent air traffic controller. He was calling me from Cairo Airport before he'd even finished the complete course, he was in one of the hot spots in the country. And when Maggie came here and we married, I suggested to him, I said, oh, look, I'm an ag major. I teach in the only agricultural high school in New York City. Why don't you get a job in that school? And he said, oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. I've changed everything in my life. I don't speak the same language. I don't wear the same kind of clothes. I don't eat the same kind of food. I don't do anything the same. I have at least one part of my day has to be something I'm good at. So he went into sales. And typical for Magdy, it took him maybe 4, 5 years before he was a top salesman on the East Coast for GM, and then also for Mercedes-Benz, invited him down as a consultant for redesigning some aspect of the trucks that he sold, and if anyone prizes with tobacco. We got traveling out of this. He was exceptional in what he did. And he proceeded to get to the top of the pile, and I guess he was going to go through the roof. But one day at home, my daughter came to him, she was 3, and she had a broken toy, and she asked him, could you fix my toy? And he smiled, he took it, he said, oh sure, what did daddy score? And she took it seriously. And she said, daddies are to bring home money and to fix your toys when they break. And Magdy was horrible, sick to his stomach horrible. Because he realized that the children didn't really consider him part of their everyday lives because he worked long hours and he worked Saturdays. And he said, I came here, and the 2 of the 3 closest people to me don't even see me as part of the family. They don't know I'm up watching all those birthday parties when I get home at 10 o'clock at night on videos that were made by you. He said, that's it. I know what's right. And the very next semester, he was enrolled in education course at Clark College. And very shortly after that, he was able to start teaching. And when he taught, he was an unusual teacher. He really got into the heads and the hearts and the souls of the students that he dealt with. And there was always some upset or story or concern that he had, and we were sending food home to one family and something for suitcases of clothes to another family, and there was always something going on that he had a pulse on it. Until he started the sales team, that was such an exciting thing, and the marketing team, and he really got to be so comfortable. He would say, oh, I can't do that. I can't be a teacher in the country where I was raised. And he got to be a very fine teacher. So now teaching days are over, and I just can't wait because everything I see him start, he excels at. Can you imagine what this man's retirement is going to be?